And good day, gamers of every stripe. This is Temierus here. Today I have Zero G Arena, and unfortunately, I have already played 20 minutes of it and yelled and shouted at the game, and I actually got a win in the game, but then realized I never plugged my microphone in. So that was good. That was being a smart person. We're going to go ahead and do the offline so I can just get stuff out of the way. Okay, so Zero G Arena. First off, it was kind of upsetting to hear about what happened about this game, because Steam kind of decided to just royally screw with the dude. So he kind of got stuck in, he didn't know where his game was going, and it ended up very not good in general for him. So hopefully people can start to find this game and check it out and give it some credit that's due, because I gotta tell you, I played like one match online. Like I said, I was able to actually get a win with it, and this is a damn fine game. It's pretty decent, feels responsive, knows what it's trying to do, looks alright. It's still an indie game that full retail is $10, so there's a level of expectation on how far it can truly get. And it's just a good time. It's this physics stuff, which normally I'm not super into, but goddamn, this game knows what it's about when it comes to doing this physics gameplay, and it does it. Like, I cannot speak more than the developer knew what he wanted to do with this game and had an idea on how he was going to do that, and he went and did it. So I really hope all the issues get sorted for him. I did end up seeing posts coming up from him saying that allegedly Steam does have, he got a response back from Steam, and his issues should be getting fixed, but he's understandably holding his breath, which I don't blame him after the things that happened. Basically what happened is his game went and launched, and for whatever reason it was, Steam just did not launch it properly at all. And he's got this evidence in there to back it up that he did everything on his end that he possibly could. It all boils down to this is in fact on Steam's end. So now that he's gotten a response, it should hopefully be sorted. Don't worry, the bots are not very high-level bots, so don't expect them to have the greatest of play. This is just so I can shout some things out before I have to focus and try and kill actual people. But goddamn, when I did, that was one of the most fun I've had in an online match. That's partly why I feel like this game is actually pretty decent. I was having fun in an environment that it's easy to just not have fun, at least for somebody like me. It's very easy for me to go in those online games and just not really be enjoying myself. But I enjoyed myself with this one. Oh god, was I enjoying myself with this one. Yeah, it's physics-based. The primary function of the physics, there we go, I went against the bots, take that. The primary functioning of the physics is that we have these magnetic floors, and you can control when you have your magnet boots on and off. It's 0G, so if you have them off, you will just start free float ragdolling. That's just how the game's environment is set up. When you turn on your magnet boots, that's how you can walk around like a normal person with normal gravity and all that. You do also have this tether that I didn't use a whole lot, which can start flinging you places. There's a couple different ways to control it. I just left it for the default control, which is you shoot it out and it starts pulling you to it. You can actually set up an interesting looking mode where you put it out, it will not pull, and you have to tell it how much force you want pulling on it. So there's some advanced pro strats set up for this game. Alright, it's enough ranting at this thing saying that I win, because I have a feeling I may not win when I go to the real people. So let's get done seeing this screen we may very well never see again. and go try and find some real people to fight. Yeah, I think that's what we need next. Alright, we managed to get into one of the servers. It was pretty easy to get into. Unfortunately, I don't think we can have our hopes very high because it did not seem that anybody was online. So the people we saw running around, they are preset bots to be in here. Like I said, this thing was going through some issues, so I guess I should have expected that would happen. It's really unfortunate. I might just go ahead and cheat and get the gameplay I did previously and just go over that. Because seriously, this game deserves better. It really does. It is a fun game, and my god, I hate that this is happening to it. Yeah, it's probably gonna be best just do the match that I did, and then we just go over that. Fire! Fire bad. Alright, that was a little trippy. Yeah, these are just bots. These are not actual people. Man, it sucks. It sucks ass. Like I said, hopefully it'll get sorted back out and we get some player population back up on this game. Alright, here we go. Here's some footage of the one game I was able to get online. Unfortunately, don't have my live commentary for it because, as I stated earlier, I screwed the pooch, did not turn my microphone on. I will say it was kind of confusing when I first got in, because when I got in, I was on the tail end of a team match, and I think I ended up getting a team kill in that, because it ended up telling me -1, but I had no idea what colors I was, because I saw red people and blue people, and my dude's got a black suit on, so I'm like, I don't know which team I'm on. I just tried to kill anybody I saw, and that was apparently not what it wanted me to do. But we ended up into a free-for-all match on this sphere map that we have going here, and there's a little rocket launcher. Yes, it will hurt you if you shoot it near you. I do it quite often, though. So that's gonna happen. Let's see here. I lost my train of thought. The confusing thing was that when we first got into this map, it was just we were just running around shooting each other because it said that the match started. And it turns out what it actually is there is a pre-game lobby. I don't know if it's always on there because these are the servers that are just officially set up for them. I don't know if it was that that's just what the game does. It starts off with like a little 5-minute just scrounds nonsense before the actual game starts, or if it's because we only had, there was 4 of us in total that were actually in here, plus there may have been a couple bots running around. I know some bots showed up at the end. I don't know if they were there at the beginning or not. I kind of feel like they were. So I don't know if it's just there just to try and pick up players, or if it's just always there. Unfortunately, because nobody was on when I tried to fix my issue of having my microphone turned off. That didn't happen. That's a weird gun. I can't figure out if I like it or not, but it shoots out just little balls of energy that reflect off of walls. It doesn't reflect off of other players, because that could get crazy. The shotgun in this is very effective. I'm not normally a shotgun person either, but it was definitely MVP gun of the match for me. I was always upset when I ran out of ammo for it. Very effective. So, let's see here, what's going on. So there's only 3 other people that I'm playing against, plus some bots probably. And it started to get kind of crazy when everybody started cramming around the sphere, because it's not super high player counts for this game, and the maps are tight in. That's partly one of the reasons why I feel like it gives a nice feel of the old classic, like 90s era arena online games on the PC. Where you're going in and it's practically like you were having to do console commands just to pick your goddamn character and go into it. That was a fun, simpler time. That was back when games were loading up GameSpy to enforce cheating on it, and I'm sure there are plenty of people around that have no goddamn idea what GameSpy even is. But I remember GameSpy. Back in my day, we had GameSpy for our online games, and you had to like it. Surprisingly, it didn't cause nearly as much antivirus problems as some of the current DRM stuff. I know it wasn't a DRM thing. I know other games have had cheat programs in there, and I just mistakenly called it DRM. And I've seen them have problems with antivirus softwares. I never recalled GameSpy having an issue like that. That was still just such a... I honestly was not bothered by that piece of news when I heard that GameSpy was shutting down. Luckily, all the games that people were still playing that relied on GameSpy connections already got to the point that they were setting up their own proxy servers, so they were going to be fine without the GameSpy. So that was good. That was good those old games got to hang around. Here we get to see some of the tether action because I was actually using it more than I was in that bot match. Because it really feels like to really be able to do some business in this game, you don't gotta be pro at the tether, but you gotta at least understand what it's gonna gain you and how useful it can be. Now they're all trying to come around me there, which puts me down into this weird electrical room, which it took me a second because I thought I was in a different part of the map, but it's actually just the light transition, which I know is a feature just of Unreal to have that kind of light transition. Not every game engine just runs that by default. Unreal does, but it's not as prominent like it is in that scene, going from the total darkness to all this light. And it is an actual real thing. Just sit inside of a dark room for 5 minutes and then walk outside when the sun's up, and you'll notice it. The sphere is just it is an odd part of this map, but it is definitely a focal point of contention. And trying to master the sphere, I still don't feel like I was able to actually fully master the sphere. I will say the thing that was getting dangerous in this game is right about that point before I got killed, I was starting to feel like I am competent at this game. That is a dangerous feeling for me to have, because I really doubt that I'd be competent at it. It's some kind of online arena shooter. There's no way I'm going to be good at those. But somehow, miraculously, I was actually kind of decent at it. And I am going to be proud of that fact, and I am proud of the fact that this does end with me winning. I don't know if we'll watch the whole match, just because I'm realizing how hard it is for me to commentate on it when it was... I'm really upset I forgot to have the mic on, because it was much more lively when I had my mic on. This is me just trying to demonstrate some kind of footage with actual player versus player combat, so you can see what it is. Like, here with the spheres, you can tell, it can get kind of hectic with just trying to fight one person on the sphere. Add to that, there's a dude this whole game kept trying to grab the rockets and then would camp somewhere in a corner and just try to bombard when people are having their own private firefights. That's actually the asshole over there. He gets me a couple times in this. Ended up being the nemesis of this game. At least for me, he was. I do give him quite a few licks though, so it wasn't one-sided. Man, this is just... This is what a cheap indie game should be like. It's got an idea that it's trying to do, which feels refreshing in the current game markets we have, because right now everybody just wants to be Battle Royale, and none of them are doing any of this stuff. And it's also nice to have a physics game where... Part of the problem why I don't always enjoy a physics game is when you try to play them, especially when they're online games, it's very common for it to be that you're not doing well, and you just can't fully understand why. You feel like you're doing everything you're supposed to be able to, and then you start getting killed by things, and just you start getting in the mindset of, well, what the hell? Am I just gonna always be getting killed by stuff? Is there any point to even be trying? I don't even know what's killing me half the time. I just know it's killing me. I get my revenge here. I feel very proud about it. But no, the physics in this one feel very solid, and I feel like it's because it's not It's not an incredible crutch that the game's trying to use. It's trying to use it as just a way to add something to the game. And on top of that, it's not random. You actually control and influence all of your physics in Ragdoll. You have a way to dictate when it's happening and how it's happening. You don't have full 100% control, but that's kind of the point. I'm looking at the track record that I have here now, and I've successfully rambled. We are actually coming in near the end of the match. So at this point, I feel like I just need to try and fill the air somehow. But all I'm going to keep doing is just keep being a broken record and saying the shit that Steam pulled on this game is very upsetting. And the dude that developed the game, man, he put up a post originally talking about that he was obviously very upset. He was saying this thing he thinks is going to be doomed to failure now. It was doing it. The biggest thing that it was doing is Steam launched the game. It was originally an early access game. Your release date is supposed to change when you come out of early access and go to full release. And it didn't do that. It kept the date of when it went on early access. So when he full launched, he was back on page 900 something. There we go. Temierus wins. Win the game. Take it. And yes, there were actual human players there. It wasn't all just bots. So I felt awesome about that. Yeah, he ended up buried. So the algorithms, of course, being the uncaring, faceless horrors they are, he was going to get no promotion. And with that, he was flat out saying he's looked at his metrics. He has traffic that is less than when he was in early access. And Steam doesn't give your game as much attention if it's early access as it does when it's a full release. So that was obviously not a good thing to have happen. So yeah, he got screwed over. The algorithms got screwed him. But luckily, I saw when I went back to leave a review on this game, because seriously, Jonathan, guy making this game, at the end of that post, you did say that you were afraid, you were feeling like you're not going to be able to go on making games because it's going to be a tremendous failure because you put a lot of time and money out of your pocket in this game. And I just have to say, again, I said it in the review, I really hope that's wrong and that doesn't happen, because from what I see here, I feel like you actually have some talent and you can actually go off and make a game. I really hope you don't end up falling off because of this happening. So, man, best of luck. I hope it gets fixed. I hope more people get play on this. This is a fun game. It really is, guys.